Today I'm surprising my traders with a competition. Hey guys, I have something special for you. You have 24 hours to create a trading robot using a strategy builder. You can use EI Studio, FSB Pro, Express Generator, or select one from the top 10 app or the prop firm app. I'll fund $200 live accounts with Black Bull markets for each of you, and you will have 10 trading days to put your strategies to the test. After exactly 10 days, they will all be here in Bulgaria and we will review the results together. The winner will take all the money from every account, including all the profits. But here is the kicker. The winning trading robot will be given away for free at the end of this video. The 24-hour countdown to create your strategy and build your EA starts now. First, let's take a look at the strategy Ilan develops.
So for my EA, I decided to go back to my roots of where I started with algo trading and create an EA using EA Studio. Let's go to the screen and I'll show you my settings. So what you can see is that it has already run, but I'll just show you what I've done. So I've got it on the generator. My data source is Black Bull, and you can select from a number of data sources that are included, and you can also import your own from your broker if you want to. Then symbol, euro dollar, and period H1, simply because the results that I've had in the past, I've just found that H1 seems to be quite a good period for me and EAs that I'm looking for. If we go to the strategy properties, you can see that my entry lots are 0.01. As you know, this is a $200 account, so we're going with the smallest lot size as possible. Trade direction, I've selected long and short. Opposite entry signal, we're ignoring. Stop loss now. For the stop loss, I selected may use rather than always use or do not use, because I wanted the generator to decide and find a strategy that had the best results with either using it or not using it, and it needs to see which is the best. The top is going to be fixed if it does select one. Minimum and maximum pips, so I'm looking for a range between 10 and 100. With the take profit, I did the same thing, so may use with a minimum of 50 though to 150, so I wanted a higher take profit, so I wanted my ratio of stop loss to take profit to be a bit higher than 1 to 1. Okay, I let it run for 720 minutes, which is 12 hours, and it ran, and these are the results. If you look at the one just below it and the two just below it, you can see that in the out of sample part, in the green section, although this one was looking quite good, in recent times it's not performing quite as well as these two. So if you look at the last few weeks, essentially, of these two strategies in the green, you'll see that they're looking much better, and particularly this third one here. You can see that in the out of sample period, it's pretty much just going up, up, up. Of course, there's going to be some losses. If we go into it, we can see a little bit closer. You can see that there was this period of drawdown here, but that's not what we're looking at. We're looking at the end here. You can see that in this section here, even though there were losses, we know that we're not going to have more than 2 consecutive losses, and it is looking quite good. So that is the EA that I have selected, and by doing that, I simply just click on this button here and it downloads it as a ready-to-use EA, and that's the one that we're going to be using in the competition. So let's see how it does.
Marin loves to experiment, so let's see if he decides to do it again this time.
Hey guys, so it's been almost 24 hours since Petko gave us the task, and I decided to go forward with the Express Generator software. So let me show you what I did and the strategy that I will be trading. You can see here on my screen that Express Generator has been running. Actually, I started it last night and let it run until the morning, so it was about 6 hours. And the amount of strategies collected is this one. So now I will just upload them into EA Studio, check them one by one, and then decide which is the strategy I will be going to trade. Before that, in EA Studio tools, I configured the initial account size to be $200 and the leverage to be 1 to 500. And also what I did, this is my generation process here. And you can see that during the generation, I'm using the historical data from Black Bull markets. These are my generation settings, so I'm directly generating strategies for $200 account with 0.01 entry lots, and the leverage is 500. And this is the symbol euro dollar, and these are the periods for which I'm going to generate. So let me upload the strategies into EA Studio now. I'll start with the first collection for the H1 time frame, and you can see that for the period we have $190 profit, but I will just click on the recalculate button and just change the number here and also change the balance line. And I'll explain why. If I click here on the strategy, you can see that the historical data here starts from 2008 until 2025. So pretty much I just recalculated the strategy to see how it will perform with the past historical data also, because I'm generating just for the last 3 years. By default, if I upload the collection like this, we can see the performance for the period for which the strategy was generated. So I recalculate, and this is my additional validation criteria. I will directly export this one to be read, because I believe this will be the strategy we'll be trading. Now for the M5, we can see that the performance is pretty stable, but the profit is less, so this is why I'm not going to choose any of those strategies. Also here the historical data is just for the last 3 years, and the maximum number of bars is 200,000, so I'm not going to take the strategies because the profit is lower. So pretty much this strategy, which is for the H1 time frame, is the one which I'm going to be trading. And one last thing before I send the strategy to Petco, I want to backtest it in the MetaTrader platform quickly. So here's the strategy. Actually, I'm logged into a row spread account with another broker, intentional, because I want to test the strategy with historical data from other broker and to see how it will perform. So we will do the backtest like this. This will be like cross validation for the robustness of the strategy. And I have the last 1 year period. I have some delay, random delay here, just to simulate real trading conditions where the trades are not executing immediately. And that's it. I will actually use 1 to 500 leverage, and I will just start the backtest. It was pretty quick. I can see the strategy is overall profitable. It started with $200 here, and now we are with 250, so it's about 25% profit at the end of the year. There is some downtrend lately, but I see that this is typical for the strategy, and usually after downtrends we have the uptrend, so I expect the strategy to perform well in the challenge. And I'll send it to Petco right now.
Next up is Sam, who has a lot of experience with EA Studio. Stay tuned until the end to see how I pick my own strategy, but I will warn you, it's going to be tough to win.
Hi, I'm just going to very quickly show the settings I used to find the strategy for that I'm going to use for this competition. So I'll move to EA Studio and I'll just show you. So I've got EA Studio open here, and basically this is the strategy I've selected. I ran the generator, and for that I actually, in fact it's easier with the strategy. For that you can see I used a fixed stop loss to take profit. I allowed up to 3 entries and 1 exit. In this case it's not got an exit rule, and so basically I'm relying on this strategy, finding a good entry and then taking either the stop loss of 60 pips or the take profit of 30. If we go and have a look at the win to loss ratio, we can see that I've got a 70% win to loss ratio and a pretty smooth equity curve and lots of trades. I also, when I had my collection, I whittled them down. I like to see that something also doesn't need to do well, but there's also some, this is a good robustness test for me that it's actually managed to be profitable on a different time frame, even though it's generated for this. And also even on a, it's not doing well again, but it has actually over this period of 3 years managed to make some profits on the GBP USD as well, which is obviously a similar currency. I've just got 3 rules here. So I've got the fast MA cross slow MA downwards. I've got the fast MA, this will be a different one, so it's actually lower. So I've got 2 kind of filters there, and then I've got a signal here that says it's going to buy when there's kind of a conflict there. These are down, and this is suggesting, I guess, that it's about to change. Of course, 10 days results is going to rely on considerable luck. Really, could be a good period in the markets for this strategy. It could be a bad one. I feel that by for a 10-day thing, having a high win rate strategy and hoping that it's part of that good periods could be well, but you can't really time the market. It's very hard to time the markets.
I've also invited one of our most active and experienced VIP members, Mark from Dubai.
I looked for like a robot which is having a very good track record in like all time, like based on all the data. So I found this one which caught my eyes because this one was profitable, especially in the out of sample, and at the same time this one is trading in the M5. I didn't like this one came first, but this is like 1 hour, so we don't have much time for the competition, so that's why I chose this one. Also, when I checked like in the last year, it came first. In last month it was third, so 1 week also it was there, so that's why I chose this one.
It's been a week since I've placed the 5 robots on 5 different accounts, and before I show you my strategy, I want to show you the results. On the 5th spot, we have the strategy from Ilan. That's a bit of a surprise. It has a balance of $200, the equity is $193, and at the end, 2 days from now, I'll be looking at the equity and I'll close all open trades. On the 4th spot, we have the strategy from Mark, and you can see that the equity is $202. On the 3rd spot, I have the strategy from Sam, and here the equity is $203.83. On the 2nd spot is my strategy that I'll show in a second, and my equity is $207.22. There is an open trade, and on the 1st spot with 2 closed trades, and currently there is a trade on a profit, is the strategy from Marin, and the equity is $213, which is already above 5% in the account, and that's a great result. Now all of the traders were pressured to create a strategy quickly, and they have just 10 trading days, a few closed positions for each one, and actually with Ilan there are no closed trades, just one open trade. But these were the rules: a strategy for euro-dollar, trading 0.01 lot on a $200 live account. Now, because I want to give you some more value in this video, I will leave the guys a message on Discord that will stress them a bit more. And keep in mind that they do not have access to this VPS. I only see the results and I only manage the accounts. So here is the message. Guys, it's been a week now and the results are not very promising. Most of the accounts are actually losing, and I want to put some more action into this. So I want you to send me 1 more robot for Bitcoin, 1 more robot for the gold, and we will see which account performs the best in the next 2 days. But actually, I won't be putting those robots in the live accounts. I want to share those with you for free in this video. So once they send them to me, we'll put them on the website and you can download them for free from the description down below the video. But I will stick to the rules of having just a euro-dollar strategy, because at the end of the day, it is not important for the accounts to be very active as long as there are a few profitable trades, like what we see in Marin's account. What I see in my account is actually that I had a few losses and 2 very profitable trades, and I have about 2.5%. So I'll be sticking with the rules for another 48 hours and we will see who the winner will be, and there will be more strategies for you down below in the description. Now let me show you my strategy because I found it very interesting, and you can see from the account history that I have 3 losing trades with about $3.80 and 2 profitable trades of $8.50. Now if you are experienced, you would know that with 0.01 lot, this means a stop loss of about 30-40 pips and take profit above 80 pips. This is one of the strategies from the top 10 up and is the one ending with magic number of 827. You will see that it's very profitable in the last 1 month. However, for the last 1 year, it was going up and then down and then up again. And when I imported the strategy in EI Studio, I noticed that this is a range trading strategy. The marker crosses the level line downwards. So whenever we have an oversold situation like over here, you will see that we have a long trade. If I scroll to the previous one, you will see that when we have an overbought situation, we have a short trade. Stop loss is smaller than the take profit, which gives me a good risk reward ratio. And if I go back to the editor, you will see that the stop loss is 37 pips exactly, the take profit is 86. And from the back test, we can clearly see that this strategy is very profitable when euro-dollar is ranging, and it is losing when euro-dollar is in a trend. And now this expert advisor is profitable again, because if I open the euro-dollar chart on a daily time frame, you will see that it is ranging. So that's a strategy that should be traded only in range market conditions, and once it starts losing, or once euro-dollar break through the recent highs or go down through the recent lows, we should stop trading. However, I had just 10 days and I assume that in 10 days euro dollar will stay in the range and such a strategy should be profitable. But let's see if I'll be able to climb to the first place or not. Guys, it's time for the results and they're very interesting and nobody knows how the EAs did in the last 10 days because I was the only one to have access to the VPS and I asked you to send me a Bitcoin and gold robot, but I lied a little bit because the accounts were actually performing well and those gold and Bitcoin EAs and euro dollar EAs we will give to the subscribers for free. Links are down below in the description, guys. Check out Black Bull as one of the brokers that is most suitable for algo trading. And Ilan, I have some good and I have some bad news for you. Okay. The good news is that you're not losing money, but the bad news is you're on the last spot. Let's check the results. Alright, so that's Ilan's account on euro dollar trading the H1 time frame, and you can see that he has one open trade that didn't close. It is on a small floating loss. On the fourth spot, we have the account from Mark with $2 of a profit, which in a 200 account is 1%. It's not a bad result for 10 days. And Mark was trading M5 time frame. Any of the strategies you can upload back to EA Studio, even using the free trial, and you will see the conditions, the entry, the exit, the stop loss, and the take profit. On the third spot, we have the account from Sam with a result of $208. If we check the account history, we will see 4 consecutive profitable trades, 1 losing trade with $6.17, and another profitable trade, so 5 profitable trades, 1 losing trade. So with your strategy, Sam. And we have the last 2 accounts with Marin and me, and I have the second spot. You will see the account of mine has a result of $213.85. I was trading the euro dollar on the M5 time frame, 3 losing trades and 3 profitable trades. Overall, the profit is $13.85, and the winning account from Marin has 4 consecutive profitable trades, no losses, total return of above 10%, $21.91, which is actually a great result.
I'm very surprised actually. I wasn't expecting that.
And before you tell me, Marin, what you're planning to trade on the new $1,000 account, because all the money will go into your Black Bull profile, let's have a look at your strategy. So I uploaded it back to EA Studio. That's the strategy trading the euro dollar on H1 time frame. We have 3 entry conditions. MACD line changes its direction downward, demarker is lower than the level line, bearish power rises. We also have an exit condition, pin bar, bearish pin band formed, but you can see a very steady balance chart with this expert advisor. Over 400 trades, 450 trades executed for the last 5 years on the backtest, and we can see that actually it's profitable in the live environment. So that's definitely a strategy that we all might consider trading. And as we discussed with Sam last night, when a strategy has a max drawdown of $51.6 as a value, this is how much we can afford to lose with a strategy, right? Even if the strategy has a few losing trades, it's not a reason to stop trading it.
No, with all my webs too, with all my accounts, I always make sure that when I trade it, I'm looking for, I don't want the consecutive losses in the real account to exceed the back test. If it does, I consider it a failed strategy, and the same with the drawdown. I don't want the drawdown in the real account to exceed the back test, but I've gone through many losing periods, and as long as the back test has those losing periods, I'm happy.
So as long as the live account performs similar to the back test, we can trade as long as it has. Great. So Marin, where are you planning to trade this strategy?
Actually, I haven't thought about this. I really wasn't expecting to win the competition with all you together, because you are all very experienced traders here. But Actually, I was thinking probably to make a donation with the money, because I like what you did from the charity account and what you're doing through the year. So probably some kind of a donation. I haven't thought about it really, but I believe it will be something about premature babies, food about them or something like that. I will need to think about it.
That's actually very nice of you, because last month I decided to donate $1,000 and you guys, the subscribers, chose to give this money to kids with severe diseases. It turned out that at the moment they didn't need medical equipment. What they needed was food. There were over 20 babies at this home, so we bought baby porridge powder. It turned out that with $1,000 we could buy 408 pieces, which came to 17 boxes with 24 in each, and it turned out to be so much that we had to hire a minibus to deliver it. And I'm happy that the babies will have food for the next couple of months. Let's bring them in. But this month we will not ask the subscribers, because you're the winner, so I will let you think of what you want this month.
Yeah, I will think
what
because actually we already got the food, so probably it will be something else. But definitely I want this to be something for premature babies, because they need this boost at this early stage of their lives.
Great. Thank you guys very much for everything you do on the other side of the camera, because we wouldn't do it without you. From the whole team, I wish you safe trading, and we'll see you guys in the next video.